I think I have an Apple like thingy though. Yo, since we're on the topic of Godzilla dominates Superman. Y'all know I love Superman, bro. I love Godzilla too. It just be like that sometimes, bro. It just be like that sometimes, man. Sometimes when you get knocked down, you just gotta take a second and then, you know, get back up. But sometimes you just get bodied like that, you know?
Superman is fighting Godzilla, and it is dope. Check this out. So basically, this opens up with like,
oh my God, this looks fire. Chat, I got a physical copy on the way. On the way. This shit looks so hard, bro.
Superman flying to meet Godzilla. And the questions got to be asked, why are they even fighting in the first place? To sum this up in like 10 seconds, because you guys don't really care all that much, basically the Legion of Doom, like the anti-Justice League in DC Comics, was doing some shenanigans and accidentally brought Godzilla and Kong and a whole bunch of kaiju into the main DC universe.
Dumbasses.
Like it matters. Godzilla could just materialize out of thin air and we would be fine.
Facts.
Anyway, Godzilla just arrives in Metropolis. Now, the cool thing about this, right? Like, once Superman...
Is this nigga talking to Godzilla?
...sees him, he's like, okay, I don't know if you can understand me or even be reasoned with at all, but your presence is a danger to the people of Metropolis, and we can't have that. So let's take whatever this is somewhere else. And Godzilla just kind of looks at it, right? And rightfully so, because it's like Godzilla. It's not like he doesn't understand. It's more just like, are you worth my time, guy in red pajamas,
Facts.
Underwear, right? Like, should I waste my time with you? But then like, as Superman continues to talk, Godzilla starts to fire up that atomic breath. Right now, he doesn't even get the breath.
Man, Godzilla would get folded like a wasabi ham sandwich.
Cap.
Superman will
Cap.
leave this nigga with nightmares of Hiroshima. Fuck you, tell him about.
Cap. Literally, there's that's just not gonna happen. Just watch. Just listen to this guy. Listen to the guy. Listen to Comics Explain, because he's about to explain the comics to you.
I thought if he doesn't even get like the atomic blast off, right? Superman's like, I know what's coming. Pow! Right? Just like cold cocks this guy. Just boom. But it's not enough to knock him out, right? Because like, it's literally like, okay, the fight is on, right? Like the battle's on, right? Superman comes swooping back into the offense. Boom! Gets smacked by Godzilla's tail. Gets sent flying through a building. Only for the Flash.
It's always the offices.
To show up and just be like, hey,
the
man.
Flash. Oh, everybody getting hands today. Come on, let me see this. Hold on. I know he wiped out the whole goddamn league.
And so like, do you need any help? Now, because the Flash can just like run really fast, and if you were to just like throw some ice on the ground, he would basically be donezo. There's only so much he can do, which is kind of like help people evacuate the area. And so what this is it leads to like the rest of the Justice League responding. You get Wonder Woman, you get Supergirl, which is really dope, Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, and then you get like Hawk Girl, who's kind of cool sometimes, I guess, and then you get like Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. I don't even know what he's gonna do. It's like when Hawkeye was in the Avengers movie. Like, I mean, cool, I guess it's awesome that you're...
Dude, why are you
here, but like at the end of the day, what are you gonna do?
I mean, he's not lying. He's literally not lying though.
Aside from like trying to shoot Loki and then basically failing spectacularly. But like everybody else shows up, right? Like the rest of the league shows up. But that's when you start to realize the scale of what's going on. Now, some of these things I recognize and some of them I don't, right? You got like a giant spider that's over there in Central City. You got a woolly mammoth that's in Themyscira. Of course, you got Godzilla in Metropolis. Hell's bells, they even got a giant bat in Gotham City, right? I mean, just so on the nose, DC, right? I mean, you could tell they're having a blast writing this. And so at this point, like, you basically have like the Bat family that responds, right? Like Batman, Robin.
Just stay in your cave, dog. Stay in your cave, dog, please. All right, man, please.
Jason Todd, Nightwing, you get Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, who's kind of cool. And
they're gonna throw a batarang on him. I've done all I can.
Even like Cyborg says he's gonna show up, which I guess Rahu, right? Like the Justice League's very own walking, talking iPhone is going to save the day, I guess. And then like Black Canary shows up. Now, I would make fun of Black Canary here, but she actually has a dope moment in this story. It's ridiculously cool, right? So at that point, what you end up getting here is Superman, who basically goes back on the offense with like Godzilla. And then you have like Hawkgirl who shows up and like tries to pummel this guy as best she can. But one of the funny things about this is they learn incredibly fast. Godzilla is extremely fast, right? Much faster than—
Okay, hear me out. Based on 1v1s, if King Kong saved Godzilla from Mechagodzilla and Batman was about to kill Superman but just the name Martha saved him, do we assume, according to canon, Batman with resources like always can beat Godzilla? Maybe.
No. No. That literally makes absolutely 0 times 1 sense, bro.
Than he appears to be. And of course, given his size and his just durability, he's incredibly strong as well. Now, before we get to the Superman segment, we actually end up jumping over to like Gotham City with the giant bat, because this section is pretty awesome, right? You of course have Kate, Batwoman, who's here. Do not let her fool you, man. Batwoman is amazing. I love Batwoman in DC Comics right now.
Glazing.
She's never been cooler than she is right now in DC Comics. It's pretty solid. But for the most part, they don't really know.
Exactly. Batman fans are mad delulu.
Know exactly how to handle this kind of situation. And it makes perfect sense. It's one of the reasons why I love this. If it came to like Two-Face, right, Solomon Grundy, any of those guys, that like
her design is fire though. Oh shit. Oh.
Don't mind all these kids hating on a movie they haven't watched. The Hunger Games movie was actually so good and both the girl and guy play the hell out of their roles. It's low-key better than the previous movies and I highly recommend you see it yourself.
Well, I'm not gonna see it, but maybe someone in chat will. Maybe you've convinced somebody in chat, man.
That family would more or less know how to handle that because like they face them over and over again.
I don't think they're buying it. I don't think they're buying it. I'm sorry. Is this the actress in the chat, man? Is this the actress in the chat? Thank you for the 500 bits, man.
Gigantic bat that quite literally looks like it flew out of hell is not something that they face off against regularly.
Man nigga Clark Kent folding this lizard nigger into bento boxes.
Didn't happen.
Sidebar, Batman showed up. Who gives a fuck what Batman thinks at a time like this? Batman is literally Jeff Bezos in tights and daddy issues, beating up on homeless people for littering.
Not only that, it's got a sonic scream. So like it's enough to actually take out the bat wings that they have. Now, while all this is going on, of course, collateral damage, right? Like debris falling on people and all that kind of stuff. And because I cannot be a superhero in the sense that I'd be like, hey, look, man, I mean, it sucks to be you guys, debris falling on you. I don't know what to tell you, right? We got like more important things to focus on than that. Sure. The Bat family decides to be superheroes and they more or less go around trying to rescue people where they can, when they can. Anybody who's been a part of this channel long enough will tell you I would be a villain. If I got powers, I would absolutely be a bad guy. But you get this amazing moment with Jason Todd. Now, Jason Todd, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with his character,
hilarious.
He is very much this just kind of vigilante, I don't mind killing people type of guy, right? Kind of the antithesis to Bat.
See, they added this little bat, this random ass bat, just so Batman can have, like, you know, participate, bro. Because he ain't doing shit against Godzilla. Let's be honest, man.
Right? Where Batman's like, sure, we could kill the Joker and spare untold lives that the Joker will probably end at some point in the future, but I cherish my no-killing rule. I don't care how many men, women, and children have to die in order for me to keep it. And so what ends up happening is like they tell Jason Todd, do not pull the trigger, because he's there with probably the biggest and most amazing gun that I've ever seen.
Probably could have finished it right there.
Loki?
Literally.
Season 2 is literally top 2 anything Marvel made. Loki is the GOAT. Finale was on par with Endgame.
No, I haven't watched it.
He's got like this just giant thing in his sights. And he's like, all I have to do is pull the trigger, man, and it's donezo. But to their credit, the concern of the Bat family is, if you shoot this thing, one, we don't know if you'll kill it, and two, if you do, we don't know where it's gonna land. What happens if it lands on like a skyscraper and kills thousands of people, right? Like, is that really worth the risk? But in the mind of Jason,
we need a Dead Rising 1 and 2 playthrough after you finish Naruto. The first 2 games are iconic, but the series fell off after that.
Is that the thing in the mall? God damn! With the zombies?
I'm sorry, but the times Superman has been killed and revived by Batman in the comics is hilariously insane.
Does Batman want to be...
Batman literally brings...
I'm sorry, is Batman a superhero or a fucking doctor? Congratulations. Doctors have done the same thing. Doctors have done the same thing, man.
Dummies.
Doctors have literally done the same thing. I'm not gonna give Batman props for what humans have already been doing since the beginning of time, man. Sorry.
Todd, it's if we don't kill it, thousands of people are going to die anyway, right? So, I mean, hey, you know, like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, right? Might as well just take this thing out. And so what he ends up doing is firing off the shot against the objections of everybody. Batman, Nightwing, the whole 9 yards. He fires it off. It doesn't kill him. His whole area gets blasted.
Oh, damn.
He survives. But then they just kind of start screaming at him for what it was that he did. But while this is going on, right, Cyborg arrives just in time, right? Like the iPhone arrives just in time.
The
I'll start
iPhone.
calling him iPhone from right now. And he shows up and basically puts together what is in effect a sonic amplifier for Black Canary. Because what they're going to do is they're going to just like jerry-rig this thing to a Batwing and fly up
Man,
and
Batman
use
gets bitched in his own city by an autistic clown. Hold this girthy fat elbozo.
it. And it's amazing because like when they do, they kind of get the attention of like this giant bat, and that's when they make their move, right? They literally go flying up to this thing. Black Canary screams into the sonic amplifier like in this thing's face, right? And just completely and totally overwhelms it and seemingly either...
Bro, I just literally picked this scab off my leg, bro.
Cyborg a bitch, pour water on his ass, Batman solos.
I've had this big ass scab on my leg, bro, and I picked it off. What the fuck? What the fuck?
knocks it unconscious or kills it. We're not really given a definitive answer here, but that's when you jump back over to Superman and Godzilla alongside Hawkgirl.
Oh, there
and
we
the
go.
fight between
Jeez, finally, the main event. Care about what Bat's doing in this goddamn city?
these guys, man, it is knockdown drag out because Superman's realized quick, fast, and in a hurry. One,
Nigga, that
Godzilla
ain't a scab, that's a mole. Call a doctor and tell Danielle.
is incredibly powerful, and two, it'll kill him if it gets the chance, which I was never the biggest fan of Godzilla until I met Mariah, and she was like, sometimes Godzilla's a good guy, sometimes he's a bad guy. Sometimes the plot of any one particular Godzilla movie is that he shows up and just kind of like smacks humanity around a little bit just to remind them who's in charge.
Instead
and
of
then just
talking about
goes
these
back
niggas
into the
fighting
ocean again.
each other, look at how much work they get done fighting together.
Yay!
And like, that's it. That's the plot of the movie. And that's kind of what's happening here, right? Like Godzilla's showing up and just kind of being like, just so you guys know, right? And then just kind of smacking Superman and these guys around, right? Just kind of establishing his dominance,
Batman rich you broke STFU.
which is pretty awesome if we're being honest with ourselves. But again, they do what they can where they can. But Hawkgirl is
Me and Rich can't stop Godzilla from stomping your ass.
smacked away by Godzilla's hand, only to be rescued by Shazam.
What?
Yes, son. Billy Batson has arrived
God damn, they got everybody fighting
on the
this
scene.
man.
And it's cool because it's like having two Supermen that are basically facing off against Godzilla.
Oh my
right
God,
now.
and they still lost.
That's what's
Oh my
so
God,
awesome
Godzilla's
because
different.
While this is happening, Godzilla, son. Godzilla starts to charge up people. Godzilla starts to charge up. You guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. It's revving up, and then it's just like, bam! And then just like the atomic breath just gets blasted. At the same time, Superman fires off his heat vision. It's
Oh!
a standoff, son. It is a standoff
Oh, shit.
between Godzilla
Oh,
and Superman
shit.
firing off their energy
shit.
towards one another. Even Shazam is looking at this like, dude, this is amazing. Right? Like, this is the coolest thing. But what he does, like Shazam, comes up with an idea, right? He ends up flying over to Godzilla, lands on his head, and then just shouts, Shazam! And then like the lightning comes down, it hits Shazam, but then it also hits Godzilla at the same time. It was kind of foolish, right? It was a relatively foolish thing because he could have gotten himself killed. And in fact, even when he
Make it a movie. I don't care. Do it. I don't care.
reverted back to like Billy Batson, right? Like the little kid. He's just like, that was awesome because, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, guys. Like, we would have reacted the same way. I would have been like, yeah, superpowers. But like, it was cool. Right? It's
Yeah.
a really, really cool thing. But even Superman kind of yells at him, right? He was
Founder's badge. What is a founder's badge?
It was too risky. Don't do that again. But the problem is, in this moment when they're flying away, Godzilla's like, son, all right, look, it was cool and it was fun before, and you're adorable, Superman. You're so cute with your cape and your magic underwear. You're so adorable. But like, I'm done playing games.
One of my first 10 subs. What? The sauciest man. What? Now that's actually ridiculous. That's actually crazy. What up, dude? What up, dude?
Right? When you mess with the bull,
you get the horns.
So what does he do? Fires off that atomic breath. Bam! Superman gets the brunt of it, goes crashing down to the streets of Metropolis. Billy Batson is just left there. Superman's totally unconscious, and like a boss, the beast, known as Godzilla, is just roaring in the background. Why, my friends? Because he has just dominated the Man of Steel. With that being said, guys,
this man dominated every damn... Oh my God, he's just disgusting. Pick your mans up, little boy. Pick your mans up, little boy.
Bring this to an end. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you all later.
W description. Comic review, dude. W comic review. Pick your mans up, little boy. Pick your mans up, little boy. Little ass boy. Little ass boy. Oh, damn, bro. It be like that, chat. It be like that, chat. It be like that, chat. All right. Wait, where's my... I'm missing something here. Hold on. Boom. 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 There we go. I was like, where is it at? There we go. Storm 2, Storm 2. Oh my God, shut the fuck up.